Mom, I can't help it if I know what I like, and I know that I like tomato.
Harriet the Spy opened on July 10, 1996, based on Louise Fitzhugh's beloved 1964 novel, and follows 11-year-old Harriet M. Welsch, aspiring writer, dedicated spy, observer of everything, whose private notebook falls into the wrong hands and turns her entire world against her, finding its most devoted audience not in theaters, but on home video and Nickelodeon reruns. So where did the cast end up? Rosie O'Donnell was born on March 21, 1962, in Commack, New York, the third of 5 children of an Irish-American family. Her mother died of cancer when Rosie was 10. She began performing stand-up comedy as a teenager, had her national breakthrough with 5 winning appearances on Star Search, and built her film career through the early 1990s with roles in A League of Their Own, 1992, Sleepless in Seattle, 1993, and The Flintstones, 1994. As Ol Golly, Harriet's nanny, mentor, moral compass, and the person who tells her the truths she most needs to hear, O'Donnell brought a warmth and an edge that made the character feel like someone you'd actually want in your corner. The same year Harriet the Spy was released, Rosie O'Donnell launched The Rosie O'Donnell Show, a syndicated daytime talk show that ran from 1996 to 2002, won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards, and earned her the nickname Queen of Nice. She came out as a lesbian in 2002. She co-hosted The View in 2006 to 2007, and again in 2014 to 2015. She has been an outspoken advocate for LGBT rights and gay adoption throughout her public life. In January 2025, following the inauguration of Donald Trump for a second presidential term, O'Donnell relocated to Dublin, Ireland, with her child Clay, citing personal and political reasons, and has applied for Irish citizenship through descent. She is 63 years old as of March 2026. Eartha Kitt was born on January 17, 1927, in the small town of North, South Carolina, the daughter of a woman of Cherokee and African descent, under circumstances of poverty and abuse that she spoke about throughout her life. She was taken in by a relative in New York City as a child, began dancing at a young age, and built a career of stunning scope. Nightclub performer, Broadway star, recording artist, actress. Orson Welles once called her the most exciting woman in the world. Her 1953 recordings of C'est Si Bon and Santa Baby became standards. She played Catwoman in the 3rd season of the TV series Batman in 1967. In Harriet the Spy, she played Agatha K. Plummer, the imperious, endlessly fascinating woman Harriet watches from outside her window, a woman who lives alone with her cats and is, Harriet suspects, exactly as extraordinary as she appears. In 1968, Eartha Kitt's American career was nearly destroyed when she spoke out against the Vietnam War at a White House luncheon hosted by Lady Bird Johnson. She was blacklisted by American entertainment, spent years performing primarily in Europe, and only gradually rebuilt her domestic career. The incident became one of the defining moments of her public life, and she never apologized for it. In her later years, she voiced Yzma in Disney's The Emperor's New Groove 2000 and its animated spin-offs, a role that brought her to a new generation of fans. She continued performing in New York cabaret, released new music, and appeared at LGBT fundraisers and events into the final years of her life. She died of colon cancer on December 25, 2008, at her home in Weston, Connecticut. She was 81 years old. If you're loving this, look back at the Harriet the Spy cast. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more Where Are They Now content about your favorite classic films. Gregory Smith was born on July 6, 1983 in Toronto, Ontario, and began his career as a child actor in the mid-1980s. He was cast as Sport Simon Rock, Harriet's loyal, steady, warm-hearted best friend, the kid who anchors the trio, and is quietly the most decent person in the film. After Harriet the Spy, Smith had a role in Alan Abernathy in Small Soldiers, 1998, and played one of Mel Gibson's sons in The Patriot, 2000. His defining role came in 2002 when he was cast as Ephraim Brown, the angry, grieving, gifted teenage pianist at the center of the WB's Everwood, a role he played across 4 seasons through 2006, and for which he won a Young Artist Award. He followed Everwood with a decade on the Canadian police drama Rookie Blue, 2010 to 2015, as Dov Epstein, which also aired in the United States on ABC. He began directing during Rookie Blue, and has since built a substantial career behind the camera, directing episodes of medical dramas and other series. He is 42 years old as of March 2026. Michelle Trachtenberg was born on October 11, 1985, in New York City, the youngest of 2 daughters of Jewish immigrant parents, her father from Germany, her mother from Ukraine. She began appearing in television commercials at age 3, had a recurring role as Nona Mecklenburg on Nickelodeon's The Adventures of Pete and Pete, and was 10 years old when she was cast as Harriet M. Welsch, the sharp, curious, difficult, utterly singular girl who fills her notebook with observations that are more honest than kind. The shoot began on October 11, 1994, 1994, her 9th birthday. She and co-star Vanessa Lee Chester had first met as 5-year-olds filming a commercial together in New York City. After Harriet the Spy, Michelle Trachtenberg starred in Inspector Gadget, 1999, opposite Matthew Broderick, and then, in 2000, joined the cast of the WB's Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Dawn Summers, Buffy's younger sister, a role she played through the series finale in 2003, and for which she won a Young Artist Award and received 3 Saturn Award nominations. She appeared in Eurotrip 2004, Ice Princess 2005, and Black Christmas 2006, and had a recurring role as the scheming Georgina Sparks in Gossip Girl from 2008 to 2012. In the years before her death, she had been dealing with significant health problems, including a liver transplant, though she largely kept this private. She was found unresponsive at her Manhattan apartment on February 26, 2025, and was pronounced dead at the scene. She was 39 years old. Her family, who are Orthodox Jews, declined an autopsy on religious grounds. In April 2025, the New York City office of the chief medical examiner determined through toxicology testing that her cause of death was complications of diabetes mellitus, which can be a consequence of organ transplantation. Her manner of death was ruled natural. Vanessa Lee Chester was born on July 2, 1984, in Brooklyn, New York, the oldest child of Guyanese immigrant parents, and the first in her family to be born in the United States. She had appeared in CB4, 1993, and starred as Becky in Alfonso Cuarón's A Little Princess, 1995, before being cast as Janie Gibbs, Harriet's other best friend, the science-obsessed aspiring chemist who is perhaps the most purely talented person in the story, and who wins the Young Artist Award for Best Supporting Young Actress on behalf of the film. She and Trachtenberg had first met as 5-year-olds filming a commercial in New York City years before the production began. The year after Harriet the Spy, Vanessa Lee Chester landed the role that would become her most recognized, Kelly Malcolm, the daughter of Jeff Goldblum's Ian Malcolm, in Steven Spielberg's The Lost World, Jurassic Park, 1997. Spielberg had seen her work as Becky in A Little Princess and bookmarked her for a future role. The film grossed over $600 million worldwide. Chester was nominated for a Saturn Award for the performance. She worked in television through the late 1990s and 2000s, with appearances on Malcolm in the Middle, The West Wing, and How I Met Your Mother, among others. She earned a Bachelor of Science from the University of Southern California in 2006 with a minor in business. She has largely stepped back from acting in recent years. She is 41 years old as of March 2026. J. Smith Cameron was born Jean Isabel Smith on September 7, 1957, in Louisville, Kentucky, and grew up in Greenville, South Carolina. She attended Florida State University's School of Theater before relocating to New York City, where she spent the better part of 4 decades building one of the most respected theater careers in American acting. Broadway debut in Crimes of the Heart in 1982, Tony Award nomination for Our Country's Good in 1991, Obie Award for As Bees in Honey Drown. In Harriet the Spy, she played Mrs. Welsh, Harriet's somewhat distracted, fashionable mother, a small role in the film, though one that sits at the center of Harriet's world. The years since have brought J. Smith Cameron the wider recognition her talent had long warranted. She played Janet Talbot across 4 seasons of the Sundance TV drama Rectify from 2013 to 2016. From 2018 to 2023, she played Gary Kelman, the razor-sharp, mordantly funny general counsel of Waystar Royco, across all 4 seasons of HBO's Succession, a role originally written for a man, which earned her 2 Primetime Emmy nominations. In 2024, she made her West End debut in a revival of Ciano Casey's Juno and the Paycock at the Gielgud Theatre, opposite Mark Rylance. In September 2025, after 2 nominations, she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a drama series for her work in Succession's final season. She also starred as Marion Proctor in Hulu's limited series Murdaugh, Death in the Family in 2025. She has been married to playwright and director Kenneth Lonergan since 2000. They have a daughter, Nellie. She is 68 years old as of March 2026. Charlotte Sullivan is a Canadian actress who played Marion Hawthorne, Harriet's nemesis, the class president and newspaper editor who gets hold of the notebook and weaponizes it, the film's most effective villain precisely because she is so recognizable. She was in her early teens during filming. After Harriet the Spy, she built a career in Canadian television before landing the role that would define the next phase of her career. Gail Peck, a sharp, complicated police officer in the Canadian drama Rookie Blue, which ran from 2010 to 2015 on CTV and ABC, notably alongside Gregory Smith, who played Sport opposite her Marion 3 decades earlier. She also had a recurring role in NBC's Chicago Fire. She has continued working steadily in television since. Robert Joy was born on August 17, 1951, in Montreal, Quebec, and grew up in St. John's, Newfoundland. His father was a physician and politician who represented Harbour, Maine in the Newfoundland House of Assembly. Joy attended Memorial University of Newfoundland and then Oxford University on a Rhodes Scholarship, studying at Corpus Christi College, which makes him, in the annals of this series, one of the more credentialed people to play a distracted TV dad. He spent 3 years as an actor, writer, and composer with Codco, the groundbreaking Newfoundland comedy troupe, before relocating to New York to pursue a stage career. In Harriet the Spy, he played Mr. Welsh, Harriet's father, a screenwriter who works from home and is generally more interested in his own projects than in what his daughter is up to, which is essentially the condition that allows the whole story to happen. Before Harriet the Spy, Robert Joy had appeared in Louis Malle's Atlantic City, 1981, alongside Burt Lancaster and Susan Sarandon, Ragtime, 1981, and Desperately Seeking Susan, 1985, opposite Madonna. He also originated the role of Huck Finn in the world premiere of the musical Big River at the American Repertory Theatre in Cambridge. After Harriet the Spy, he appeared in George Romero's Land of the Dead, 2005, and the horror remake The Hills Have Eyes, 2006, but his most sustained television role came as Dr. Sid Hammerback, the dry, quietly eccentric medical examiner, on CBS's CSI NY, where he appeared from 2005 to 2013 across more than 150 episodes. He has been with his partner, composer Henry Krieger, since 1995. He is 74 years old as of March 2026. Harriet kept writing, that's the lesson of the film, and it seems to have stuck with the audience, if not always with the cast. Some of them kept going too. One of them became Jerry Kellman. One became Kelly Malcolm running from dinosaurs. One became Dawn Summers fighting vampires. And the girl in the yellow raincoat who started it all, the one who wrote everything down and couldn't stop, even when it cost her everything, is gone now. Far too soon. The notebook is still open. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest Where Are They Now videos exploring your favorite casts from the past.